Okay,
Oh,
it's
wait, actually, I think it just popped up and shared with me. There it is. Hold on. I got it.
You got it?
February 28th, 2017, 11:16 a.m. And this is the Divvy community meeting.
Okay, but you also need to include me in the subfolders.
What?
Well,
Adding somebody at the top level of a folder doesn't automatically propagate it down to the subfolders. And if I can't, so for example, I can see the meeting archives and I can see a list of folders with dates. But if I look at one of them, oh, I take that back. I can see some of these. Maybe there was just nothing in that folder.
Yeah, you should.
Does that mean there's nothing in the 228 folder? There it is. Huh, I got
Yeah,
it.
it's at the very bottom.
Okay, it just took it a while to propagate. Okay, I'm good.
Okay.
Never mind, I'm good.
Good. All right.
Yeah, it's always propagated for me.
Yeah, it has. It just took it a while.
Just, okay.
All right. So we got everybody here. We got the meeting archive. We got Bob O'Brien, who's becoming a regular here at the Divvy community meeting. Welcome to Divvy. Into the folders here, and the first report is the considerate report, and we added a considerate for divvyu.consider.it, which is where people can propose lessons or assignments and collect a team of people that wants to learn and do it. It's learning and doing. Getting coaches or whatever. So far, I only added one proposal there, which is
The R-chain one?
Creating a charitable community.
Oh, okay, yeah. This is in considerate, right? Let me see.
Yeah. Divvyu.consider.it. I'll share my screen. What? Yes, include me in building a decentralized charitable organization, which is what I proposed 4 days ago. And actually, we have a Saturday study group with Giveth that Brent is set up, and on Saturday, I was able to create a token and a decentralized organization using the Giveth tools, which creates a mini-me token, which is the basis for the Divvy token. So I actually created in my sandbox the Divvy token, which has a built-in ability to build child tokens out of it, like the Quark. Unfortunately, in the recorded part of the study group, we hadn't succeeded yet. I succeeded later that afternoon in getting it to work. So essentially, this combines the effort of DivvyDAO, R-Chain, CoCloud, and MaxForce for creating a distributed, decentralized organization. The fact that it's called a charitable organization is because it has a built-in donation mechanism. And it's very flexible.
So in a way, I mean, this is almost like a platform for the Divvy community and the Divvy DAO.
Absolutely.
Okay, great.
And Mac stores.
Yep.
And, so what I'm trying, by trying to bring together people from Giveth and CoCloud and ArtChain in building a community, a DAO,
Yeah.
We can help each other.
Okay, this is really great because this gives this. Okay, now we're building out that. In our operating agreement, we talk about the members, the managers, and the Divvy community. Okay, and now we're actively building the platform to bring that Divvy community that can be a legal entity into the LLC.
Yeah, it was exciting to build one on Saturday.
And what that does is it provides this very compelling story for why people want to get involved in the community. Because at the end of the day, there's, at the end of the rainbow, yes, there is finish the sentence.
A pot of Divvy.
A pot of Divvy. There you go. Love it.
And other rewards too. Hackers Gold. And
whatever.
And amps.
The sky is the limit. The sky is the limit.
Oh well.
This is great, Jim. I'm loving it.
So we have DivvyU meetings on, which is the next report. There was a little activity on the ArtChain. Consider it, but nothing substantial there. What happened to my? Did I? Leave the community meeting? So on Divvy University, we have 2 p.m. Giveth. I guess I should start up here. Thursday at 1 p.m. we have the ArtChain Noob. And at we have it again on Friday, 9 a.m. We have another ArtChain Noob. Okay, the ArtChain Noob is very important because this is where we convert our Ethereum contracts to Rolang and prove their behavior. Okay, it is very expensive to vet Ethereum contracts. And if you look at, the best practices consensus, it's a very drawn out and expensive process. Okay, Greg showed how defining the DAO in behavioral types, it wouldn't even compile because its behavior was not constrained to what people thought it was constrained to. Anything like deadlocks or other things that could happen can be eliminated by proving it in the row calculus. And that also makes us R-chain ready. We already have the Roland code for R-chain to put our system onto R-chain, which is a requirement for of MaxForce.
So Jim, I mean, yeah, what you just said was that ultimately deploying the MaxForce deliverable on Ethereum is so resource consuming that it would either, I mean, do we have any sense of what the cost would be on a, you know, on a per user basis? I mean, is there any way we can approach that?
I don't know what you mean, cost per user.
Well, you're talking about, you know,
I'm talking about adequately proving the behavior of Ethereum contracts. Okay, which is an expensive process to do that proof. Okay, you have to. Okay, if you look at the consensus best practices, you'll get some idea of what the process is, and that's only the tip of the iceberg. You need experts to prove that you're going to get the behavior that you expect out of the contracts, because they're decentralized.
In other words, what you're saying is that it's the cost of the technical expertise that you would rely on in your vetting process. Is that it?
Yeah. And we're bypassing that by using the process calculus. The mobile process calculus can prove that our contracts will have the correct behavior. Of course, we have to design the behavioral types. We have to formalize what behavior we expect to get from those contracts. Okay, and that's a learning process, and that's, you know, why it's in Divvy University. Because we're all learning Roland. We're all learning, you know, the process calculus. And, you know, it'll save us an immense amount of money. And give us a lot more certainty. Because, you know, you look at the DAO contracts, which several security people reviewed, and, you know, what was well vetted by the community as behaving properly, and obviously it didn't. Okay. And that's because in a decentralized system, or, you know, distributed system, where things can happen in every order, the only way you can tell how it's going to behave if you consider every possible order that everything could happen in. And that's like an impossible thing to do. It's just too many different things, orders that things could be in, to consider them all. And, you know, there's all kinds of edge cases. There's ways to game the system, and that's what needs to be eliminated.
So when do you think R-Chain could be functional to the point where
it makes no difference? It makes no difference when R-Chain is functional. Whenever it's functional, we'll have already written the Roland code to run on it, but we'll be running our contracts on Ethereum.
Well, no, but what I'm saying is okay. But this is about the pivot to R-Chain.
Right, and that's an interesting problem too, because not everything is going to be a contracts on Ethereum. Ethereum contracts are expensive. We only use them when we absolutely need to. Whereas when we move to R-Chain, all the code goes onto R-Chain.
Right.
All the code is proven.
Okay, so I mean, you're at this point, you're working. Are you working in parallel with R-Chain, are you working on a sort of a designated part of our chain? How is it, and are you communicating on a regular basis with Greg?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, our chain primarily wants to manage membership, co-op membership. So what the Art Chain, there's really two main focuses of the Art Chain Noobs. One is learning Rolang, okay, and mobile process calculus, and the other is supporting the community, okay, which is where this dovetails back with our DAO creation.
Mm-hmm.
So we're working, so there's different assignments in the different study groups depending on who participates and what they want to accomplish. And right now, the participation has been a little lean.
Yeah. Well, in the Art Chain group.
And the Give It group too. I mean, we've had up to 4 or 5 people, but not regularly.
Okay. And are people being rewarded for participating?
No.
Okay, so that's a component that we can build in. Yes.
Yeah.
And we could build it in from the Divvy side. As we gain momentum with Divvy.
Yeah. Well, the idea is that where the bounties are awarded is in the in the proposals. Okay, so for accomplishing a certain task, there's a bounty. And then the people who participated split up that bounty. So if we want to assign amps or Divvy to this, we can do so now. And we may want to specify what the bounty is for specifically. Okay, and we could put something like 10,000 Divvy. For deploying live Divvy token DCO. Okay, any against? Are you for it, Plane Eater?
Yes, for it.
Are we voting on a motion here or something?
Yes, make a motion to give a $10,000 bounty for this assignment for deploying live Divvy token DCO.
First of all, that's a 10,000 Divvy bounty, not a $10,000 bounty. Right?
Yeah, 10,000 Divvy. Yeah.
Now, next question, is that 10,000 live Divvy tokens, or is that 10,000 of the pseudo tokens that you've been working with so far?
That will be live.
Yeah, okay, so this is the, yeah, I'm just, I'm just supporting it I just gave 100% support on consider it.
Okay, I'm going to update this and consider the motion to be passed.
Okay, so the motion is to provide 10,000 Divvy tokens for deploying a live Divvy token decentralized charitable organization, right? To support that effort.
Right.
Okay, so that's the motion. So, and is that your motion, Jim?
Yeah.
Okay, I second that motion.
And Plant Eater has already approved it.
Yeah, I'm in favor.
Okay, so now we can have the vote, right? Jim, you're the moderator. You want to call the vote?
We voted already, Kendall. It's on the
Well,
tape.
Jim,
It's on the history. Anybody can listen to the history. They see we voted, all voted.
okay, well, I
Yeah, but it
haven't
has to
voted.
be seconded before the vote, not after, right?
Yeah, motions come first. And then you have, when you have a second, then you have a vote.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
I don't know, do I get to vote yet?
No,
Didn't think so.
it's not that.
That's not,
No.
But what's your feedback?
I'm not saying no.
Yeah, no, that, we'll get you in there.
yeah.
Okay, well, that's exciting. I mean, I think we should have maybe have a, let's call it a business meeting with regard to these tokens and other tokens. I don't think we need to do that here, but I think we need some.
Yeah,
We need to go through a number of things.
yeah. Our spreadsheets still need to be updated.
That's correct.
And what we're working towards is an automation process, which will initially enhance the spreadsheet by integrating data from the blockchain with the spreadsheets using Google script, JavaScript code to synchronize spreadsheets with the tokens, which will be another bounty that we offer at some point. And then eventually we can get off of Google spreadsheets altogether and have, something like EtherCalc, which is pretty good. Eventually is going to be as good as Google spreadsheets. We can get off that. And we may not need the spreadsheet interface at all at some time, although it's a convenient interface. We may have spreadsheets within other applications. Okay, so did you add that to the yeah. Awesome. Oh yeah, I wanted to, there's some other bounties that I wanted to, that I spoken to Jeff about. The Jeff is probably going to coach us on Ethereum in projects using Ethereum. I don't know how often he can attend, but he also has become a real expert with Git, and we all need to learn Git. Even standards groups are now using Git for collaborative documents. Okay. It's an alternative to Google Documents, and it has an advantage of integrating with so much stuff that it's worth us making, and that's our job really. Everything we want to do, there's already stuff out there to do it. We just, our job is just to try to make it easy for people to do it.
Can you turn that into a link to the tutorial?
Well, it's not really, no, there is no tutorial. Well, there are lots of tutorials. It's a study group.
Uh-huh. So you want to make that into a link to that group? I'm assuming it's one of your gazillion tabs.
Yeah, no, this is something that Jeff and I discussed a minute before this meeting today. It doesn't. So this is that would be a Divvy group at this point. Okay, independent. Whereas we have ArtChain, we have Giveth, we have EtherCamp.
Okay, so it would be one of the things methodologies that we would want to include in the toolbox and have available in DivvyU.
This is what, this is what we have today, sort of, in that, we don't have scheduled times for the EtherCamp or the Git study group. We just plan to give them. These are things in the works.
Okay.
And my question was, do we want to allocate Divvy for any other deliverable at this time?
Let's wait and have that.
Here's the thing. Do we want to allocate Divvy for coaches? We have to give incentive for people to coach the study groups.
Yeah. Jim, I'd rather not do this as an ad hoc kind of thing. I mean,
neither would I.
I think we need to, I don't know. Me personally, I feel like I need to have a better grip on what are the pieces, how do they go together, what's the objective, what are the goals, how do we incorporate this into Divvy's strategic goals, all of those things. In other words, what I'm saying is that I think we're really in catch-up mode now, and we need to, get current and caught up. Okay, that's where I'm coming from. At least for me.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I know exactly what you're talking about, and getting specific deliverables that we want to pay Divvy for is one thing, but for coaching incentive, we can agree on any amount we want, and we can make it small. We can say 100 Divvy, or no, 50. We could say 20. How about
rather than peeling a number off the wall, let's have it be part of a coherent plan that delivers the desired result.
I would let if 20 is too much, I'll go 10. I just want to put some number there.
Jim, put $1 million if you want, whatever.
Well, we're going to agree to that. You're going to pay somebody $1 million Divvy?
No, I'm not agreeing to anything, Jim.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I was hoping
What I'm
we'd-
saying is,
when can we meet to discuss some incentive for coaches in order for this to succeed?
perfect. So we have an outline that we can discuss when we discuss the other token issues. Okay.
This is a proposal to give 20 Divvy to coaches for coaching a session.
Well,
I'm in favor. Does anybody?
I'm not willing to vote until we have this meeting and discuss, all the tokens that we have out there, what the current situation with them is, and what the context of what you're proposing here is. Okay. And there are just too many moving parts for us to do it in this meeting. I think, this meeting serves the purpose of getting the ideas out there, but we need to do some work sessions.
Yeah, I thought our meeting on the DVU project and the document we had, gave you the background you would need to see if we want to provide a non-zero incentive for coaches. I'll put the link in here to the document so that you can understand the process. And I would like to get to do this very soon. And I don't see how it has any dependency on fixing our spreadsheets right now.
Well, no, it's about how we're deploying the tokens. That's all.
Yeah, I don't know why. Okay. Yeah. So when do you want to get together and talk about this?
Well, how about, I don't know. Leah, when do you want to sit in on this?
Yeah, I think we did it Thursday at 4 last week, right? Is that a good time again?
That works for me.
Okay.
Okay.
Will Jeff want to be there? We probably need to let him know.
Well, we don't, we can expect that whatever number we come up with, he'll be okay with.
But he still might want to be at the meeting.
Yeah. I think he's part of the team for the university.
I see you guys fighting over the document.
Everything has to be a big production. You know, it just move forward.
Jim, you know, I mean, you throw so much stuff out there, you know, and you know, it's great for you. You know, you start things all the time, but there's another part of Divvy that needs to digest and bring all this stuff up to a point where it's fully incorporated. Okay, that's my job.
That's okay. I'll put personal bounties up. That's no problem. And I better fix the considerate item. All right. So, yeah. Okay, what else is on the agenda for today? Anything? Should be.
No, I don't think there's anything else. And it's 5 minutes to 10.
Wow. We actually finished.
All right. Ken, before we shut down, can you give me access or point me to, hold on just one second.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of my 3 daily calls telling me that I can reduce my electric bills by putting solar panels under my shade trees. Yeah. But they don't have to pay attention to the do not call list because it's a public service announcement. They're not selling anything. Jim, Ken rather, could you point me to a folder somewhere in the Divvy world that I can drop a max force scope of work document into?
Sure.
For you to review and or pass along to John, etc.
Yeah, okay, hang on. Let me...
I have access to a bunch of individual documents. I'm not sure if I have a folder anywhere yet that I can touch.
I think I did see that folder at one point. I just have to find
I have
it.
no doubt that
No,
I have no doubt that folders
here.
exist, but
I will here.
oh wait! I take that back. Maybe I do have one. I have something called Divvy Max Force Product Development. That should do.
Yes. Yep.
That'll do nicely. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Good.
Okay. When you give me 2 seconds and okay. Okay, you should see in that document, in that folder now, Ken,
Yeah,
a document called Proposal for Development of Max Force Benchmark 1.
okay, hold on, let me navigate there. Okay. Okay,
We might as well end this gathering the way we started it. That is the document that I promised you.
okay, and it's called Project Bent, no, what is it? What's it called?
Proposal for Development of Max Force Benchmark 1. You should be in it. Let me see.
Proposal.
Shared with 3 people. Who are the 3 people right now? Oh, no, you're not on the list. That's interesting.
Ooh,
How did that happen?
I don't know.
Killian is in it, Jim is in it, and I'm in it.
Yeah, probably.
That must have come from the folder,
Yeah, it did.
which means you don't have access to the folder.
No, I'm sure I have access.
What address should I give for you?
I own the folder.
But you don't have access to it?
No, well, I don't know. I mean, I'm in, let's see, I'm in Divvy Max Force Product Development folder. I'm in there now.
Right. Do you see the document?
What is it called?
Hold on 1 second.
If you could.
Oh, no, you're here. You're here. You're Ken Williams is here.
Yeah, okay. So I have meeting notes, I've got project benchmarks. Let me look for date. No, I don't see anything for today's
It
dating.
should say Proposal for Development of Max Force Benchmark 1.
Try
Refresh it.
refreshing. Yes, I'm doing that now. There it is. Got it. Okay.
If you want to include John or do whatever, Jim, as long as you're here, if you want to look at that, Jim's not there. Okay.
Yeah. Well, let's do that. You know, out of this, we're still in the community meeting here. So
No, I thought he closed it down. No.
no, it's still recording.
No, I wasn't here, so
Okay.
Okay. So I mean, I think, Jim, that we're probably done with the community part
okay.
here.
I'll be taking off, and
Okay, stop recording.
Yeah, don't leave yet,
whoops.
but stop recording.